Happy New Now. My name is Joseph. It's your first time here. And it is December 31st. (2020). Minutes away from 2021. Wake up. Stand up. And find the time to speak up. Right now. Happy New Now. I don't want to think about another year. I want to think about now. Year seems too long. Too much to think about. That happens in a year, right? A little bit more focused tonight than last night. I should have just taken the first take and kept it at that and saved it for today, for now, as opposed to going ahead and redoing it. Didn't have the mic on. I thought it was on. I keep checking though. It says I'm on, the red light's solid. That was already out of kilter before I even pressed the start button last night. But I don't want to get onto that because, like I said, I'm focused. More focused. It's December 31st. Oh, I just heard a firecracker go off. That was affirmation of, yeah, it's 2021. What do you think about 2021? I think 21 is going to be a wild ride. We've still been going up that first incline, that first rise on the roller coaster. I think we're approaching the top. I have that feeling. We're about to reach the top and begin our descent. And once it starts, it doesn't stop till it decides when to finish. So yeah, Everyone is owned. What's that all about? It's true. Everything is based upon this idea of money. And the more you have of it, the more freedoms you have. That's just a fact, Jack. I think that's pretty clear-cut these days, by now. Don't you? I hope you got eyes and ears and a brain. Process it all. And it is a lot. It's a lot to process right now. Why is that so? It's complex. Very complex. It's complexities within complexity. You know, life's not simple. On so many levels that don't exist for so many other forms of life. And I think of all the laws, rules, regulations, code after code. What happened to 10? That's all you will ever need. 10. Just saying. I'm trying to understand why there are so many complexities to living life as a human within society, It was odd. My look back and the green screen's slightly moving, or like it had been tousled. Oh, and there goes the firecracker again. Gonna be a lot of those as we approach midnight here where I am in California. So yeah, all you will ever need is 10. 10 ideals, Ten Commandments, 10 ways that work. I hear all these noises now, and it's going to be distracting to me. Stay focused. Stay awake. And I am standing, and I am speaking up. Happy New Now. Back to being owned, because I feel like I really need to touch on that just a little bit more before I venture onward, because we're all owned. We are all what's the right word? Worshipping money, praising money. I mean, it's the thing that drives this world. And it's hard for people to imagine a world without it. '21 is going to be a wild ride. I know we have that 180-day UFO disclosure that may be just the journalist who reported that, posted the article from the New York Post about wording in the COVID stimulus package that pertains to UFOs. And the government agencies, certain agencies within the government, to come forward with, what basically I get for me anyways. This is how I just kind of sum it all up. There's more wording to it, but basically to submit what you have on the subject. Your thoughts, any evidence, isn't that interesting? Maybe it's just because it got put in there because it's like the last place you would put something like that, so it's easy to just kind of put it in there and not bring attention, because people are more focused on the stimulus part of it. Whatever that means, who knows. I go up and down with the whole UFO, alien. I prefer ET if you're gonna call it something. Is it here? Is it not here? I think I feel with each moment that passes, I'm not sure what is what anymore, because everything just keeps changing, and the dynamics of it all are building up to something. Because something's clearly not right. It's not right in the world. E.T., what do they have? I don't think there's much that they have. That's just me, though. Who knows anymore? I have yet to look at an email message that I realize has been sitting in the box for a number of weeks from somebody I know, and I can see in the first few words you get to see, and one of them was reptilians. So that one should be an interesting read. Video, perhaps. We'll see. Reptilians, you know. I think for me, if reptilians are real, okay, were real, are real, and to the point where I couldn't deny it because I'm seeing one, we're all seeing one. I don't see them as coming from out there. And I'm not sure about like interdimensional either. You know, out there, space, I'm still trying to wrap my brain around how things move in space. Because there's nothing, I mean, because rockets don't work. There's nothing to push against. And all you can do is launch out into space, and then from that point you rely on whatever direction it was headed in, and the momentum that was building in it until it reaches the point where it leaves the atmosphere. Then the only movement I understand happening is being affected by the gravity of large objects being pulled in that direction, so you turn. So I get all that, but as far as rockets go, that just are jetting all around space, I haven't found an explanation that I can understand. And how does that work? How do you... I mean, I've seen the videos on YouTube where they have a vacuum chamber and there's a feather inside dangling on a string, and there's a fan in front of it, and the fan is turned on once all the air is sucked out of the chamber, so that it's like as close as as close as you could be to being in space here on Earth. And the feather does nothing. Because the fan is pushing nothing. There's nothing being pushed. I don't know. I don't want to get lost in that. That one's gets me going on all kinds of other directions that I'd rather not. You know, what is space? And I started thinking flat Earth. That's a very interesting thought to imagine. I think it's a little bit more, though. It's like I'm looking for the words in my mind. So many ways to come at this, and try to bring everything together, because everything is connected. It's all connected. E.T., extraterrestrials. I think a big part of that whole relationship, idea, concept of a relationship with something outside our known reality. Humans bring expectations of whatever this would be, what it would look like, what it would probably think like, and they base those thoughts, summations, built on those that they weigh upon themselves. Human expectations. This is so, whatever this is, it's so far from that. It's not, whatever it is, it's not human. We want it to be. Must be. We're told, scripture-wise, we're made in the image of this intelligence. Are we? And how do I fit in this idea that I'm sharing right now, how does that fit into the equation? Because those almost kind of opposites. The human expectations and placing those upon whatever this is. Well, why wouldn't we, if we're made in the image of this? And that I have no qualms with that. It doesn't. It's not a conflict for me to embrace that into my equation, I guess. But it doesn't it doesn't limit me either. We are an aspect, one aspect, human aspect of it's endless. So I'm not sure what the government's gonna give up on UFOs if they do. They have 180 days, 6 months. It's already in effect. That legislation was signed. And, everybody's checking on their $600, so they're not worried about UFOs. I got that no data. Did my connection get cut off? Is that what that means? I guess so. And then it catches back up. NASA. What does NASA know? I mean, you would think NASA would have something. I mean, you have the Navy coming out with like Tic-Tac UFO videos and statements to back up the validity of the video. I believe the Pentagon too has commented of late, within the last year or so. It seems like, my memory serves me, there's a lot going on in that field. I mean, there's not anything really that leaves one awestruck. That moment, kind of like if a UFO landed, and there's just no more doubt. You can't doubt it. I mean, it is what it is. Seeing is believing, I guess. But I'm a strong proponent of that's not going to happen. I just don't see that happening. That's a human want to see that happen. And this intelligence, for me, I'll keep saying it, is God. Represents God, a representative, whatever you can rest with peacefully. It's intelligence. And we should, and I think we are, intelligent enough to begin a conversation, so to speak. I think that's what's happening. I think that's what's been happening since the beginning of our existence. And back to the reptilians. I don't want to forget. As far as reptilians go, I think they have always been here. They come from here, I guess. I'm not going to go deep into that, because I don't know whether reptilians exist or not. I know that a lot of people do. David Icke speaks often about reptilians. I don't see them coming from outer space, and I don't see them interdimensional. I rest with, if there were to be such a disclosure of that magnitude, it would be a life that's been here side by side with us. We just didn't know it. I mean, reptilians, lizards, they've been underground. The reptiles have been on this planet for a long time. I don't want to get into the whole evolution thing. I know a lot of people are challenged when they think about that idea, evolution, coming from a monkey or an amoeba. If you just want to get right down to it, let's just start reaching back to the very beginning. And I don't know what's going on right now, or it's tough to say. I don't know, because part of me feels like I do know reptilians. I know I don't care. I'm not a lizard person. I don't like holding them and touching them. I don't know. Just could be. Antarctica is one of those spots that's had quite a bit of attention over the last few years. A number of political world leaders types from around the world have been visiting down there. I'm trying to remember who it was that got sick. They had to get him out of there. He needed attention. It makes for me and a lot of others, without knowing, and start thinking, what did he see? What did this person see? Maybe they saw something that left them in such a state of awe. Who knows? Reptilians? I think I'm more focused on here and there is everywhere. As simple as that may sound. There is no outer space in a sense. There's no need for outer space, because here is there There's everywhere. See, I think that this intelligence that is clearly reaching out and to the best of its ability, I think. Again, I think people have those expectations. Make it all nice and simple, wouldn't it? For you. But it doesn't bring you closer to what this is. This is just so much more bizarre. I think it is bizarre. I'm checking the clock. I'm hearing sirens now. 2021 is going to be a wild year. But I can see 2022 a breath, a moment to catch your breath, take in the stark realization of where you're at, and come to grips, come to terms with what is going to happen, and what is happening, and what you now need to be doing right now. Happy New Now. But that's in 2022. That's how I feel. Who knows? We'll definitely find out. This year flew by, I feel. And for me, it was like, and I imagine for most, not really much happening because you're locked down. For the most part, they don't want you going anywhere, really, unless you have to. Get groceries and that kind of stuff, necessities. So it was a strange year, and a lot happened. And all of the big things that happened are still happening. Those things didn't have any closure. COVID, still out there on the prowl, right? And I've heard it's changing, evolving. And I'm debating in my mind whether I want to get in a COVID, start off the year with COVID talk. I need to, because it's a huge part of what's taking place. Again, this whole year has pretty much been COVID, and it ain't over. We have a presidential election that is being contested, with allegations that there has been cheating. And those claims are being made based on evidence that the people viewing have come to their conclusion that this is it's outright stealing, a rigged election. I know a lot of, if you're Democrat, you think that it's you're in. But the reality of it is that's not the case, not yet. January 6th in Washington, D.C. And I can see gatherings of people all across the country on that day. Not like it will be in D.C., but they're all going to be out there coming together to say, I'm here, I'm standing up. I'm speaking up, I'm making my presence known. Why? Because I believe that there is foul play in this election. And if unchecked, it will never end. Because it's saying, the system is saying, the people are saying that that's okay. It's okay to cheat, to commit acts, criminal acts. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Who knows what's going to happen? That's why I said earlier about, like, with UFOs, I think, who knows everything changes from one moment to the next, because it's all these things just keep coming into the scene that weren't there before. And so your next move, you've got to like redo it all in your mind, like resort it all, because it's now different, it's changed. And then another piece comes along and it kind of shifts it back into the other direction. And I think that reality is intertwined with thought. The two go hand in hand. And it's a thought that resides in many levels, on many levels. Like a 1-year-old, 2-year-old, 3-year-old, 4. And on and on. We're definitely getting closer to midnight here. So the firecrackers are starting to go off more and more. COVID. You know, the Pope is giving his thumbs up for the vaccination. You need to be vaccinated. For me, in my mind, that's well, I'm not going to say he's saying, because it's an aspect of the mark of the beast that we've all heard about, good majority, I think. It may not be on your right hand or your forehead, but it's an aspect of that whole motion, that whole act. It's like a prop. Because without the vaccination, they want to make it so that you cannot buy or sell, trade, travel, do anything that has anything to do with the public. You're going to have some way of being able to show who you are. Your phone, some app, or who knows how it's all going to finally be all implemented here in the United States anyway. I mean, this kind of thing is already happening in other places around the world. China. For me, and I imagine many others, it's easy to see how it's an aspect of the mark of the beast. I put it together with $600 that your government's given to you, and the number 6, and it's something that's connected to this COVID. Vaccination changes you. mRNA. That's a type of vaccination. And it changes you on a cellular level. It must be Happy New Now. Happy New Now. We'll see. We'll see how this following year plays out. And we'll get to see within 6 months if there's anything to do with UFOs that the government is willing to let go of, if there is anything really substantial. I see this intelligence it's beyond us. It's you could say interdimensional, it's dimensional, but I think it's even beyond that. All that is within what this is. Woohoo! I hear all those firecrackers. Wow. I was here last year. It wasn't as loud. I think people want to get out a lot of that built up, pent up frustration, because this is a frustrating time. I mean, the vaccine, do you want to take a vaccine? Do you want to be forced into taking a vaccine? And they're, go look, check it out. I mean, words from me do no justice to seeing the words from the people that are doing it. They're telling you, Bill Gates, Billy Boy, it's the end. It's the end. The Great Reset. It's code for the end. And I'm not going to tell you it's the end. It just instills a little bit too much more fear than they're willing to deal with at this point in time. The system, the play in motion right now, the takeover, the shift in power, whatever you want to call it. This is huge. This is so huge what's happening right now, what's taking place. This is like a once in a lifetime, once in many lifetimes kind of moment. And as far as marks on your hand or head, forehead, I don't know much about all of that in the sense of, pictures, is it that kind of a thing? Because what's to say you can't see it? This virus, this vaccination, it's putting something into your body, and who knows what they're putting in your body. Countries are beginning to take lists of people that are refusing. They want to know who you are. Well, here I am. And I'll defend my right to refuse. And God judges all, in the beginning and in the end. I know what's right and what's wrong. That's all I need. And people are going to do what they're going to do, and you can't stop them. That's about it, I think, for this stream. Been sleepy the last couple of days. So I'm probably gonna begin the pass out stage after I stop this stream. I'll be back again, continuing on. I'm always thinking about this, everything, always. I was sharing with somebody earlier today that the whole 2021 is going to be a wild ride. This is crazy right now, and it's going to get crazier. And there's just so much happening that's unbelievable. Not from a good stance, but in a bad way. But that I feel like everything is balanced. And while we may not see it, just like God, it's there. And that's coming. The lifting of the veil, I guess, so to speak. I think something is coming, a moment, an event, where many will realize this other energy that's there, that's always been there, to balance everything out. There is sense in everything that's happening. It's not as chaotic as it seems. Underlying everything, there is meaning. as I leave this, or bring this stream to a close, I will say that this intelligence exists in a state beyond the physical reality. That's like the first step to getting to understand it. For me, I have found that dreaming is the closest comparison to what this is, this intelligence, how it exists, what it is. It's beyond the physical, hence dreaming reality. Boy, what if you could blend those two ideas? This reality state that we're in, going about our days with our business, but incorporating this dreaming idea. I shall return again. Hopefully tomorrow, we'll see. I'd like to say I will be back tomorrow, but who knows what the day holds. Till I do return, I want to thank you for stopping by, and please do share your thoughts in the comments down below. Comments when they're reasonable. You get some that are clearly, they just don't belong there. Well, I don't understand the point. Like spam type stuff. Anyway, I hope you have a happy new now, and that as always, don't forget to wake up. If you're not already, stand up and speak up. Be well and smile.